Alrighty. Hello, my viewers. How you doing today? Coronavirus comedy, take, I don't even know, 4 or 5. So, yeah, we're supposed to practice social distancing as part of this virus. So, everyone has heard this over and over again, 6 feet away. But, I'm going to suggest to you that we already have been practicing social distancing in our lives. Everything, like with, with the caller ID. We know who's going to, be on the other end of the phone before we answer it. So have you ever, this happened to me, I got a call, right? Not a robocall, but, a person who, I'm not particularly feeling it. I don't want to really talk to them, so, my stomach just, you see their name and, you find yourself, going in knots, So you let it go to, your voicemail. But, used to be we just answered the phone and we just took our chances. And texting, that is just horrible because we do that all the time. Because I have friends that I can't speak with because we'll argue, but texting is fine. Then I have the other situation where, if I'm texting someone, they misinterpret everything I say. Okay, so, you could say, I'm not supposed to curse, but you could say, F you, and you could be, there's different ways. I could say, oh, screw you, or something. And it's funny, but if I write it in a text, then it's, it could be misinterpreted as insulting. So my girlfriend gave me a tip. She said, every time you text someone, you use an emoji. So that just basically takes the edge off of everything. So I'm so glad. Although I can't really see the emojis sometimes. And you also got to make sure that you send the right emoji. Because, oh my God, I'm so sorry about your circumstances. And then you accidentally send the smiley face. Well, that's messed up. So and then we have Facebook, which I have friends on there that I would never, ever, ever talk to the way I reveal everything I do on Facebook. And it's weird because, I'm an open book. I tell everybody everything. I reveal my whole life on Facebook, and then I'll see people and they'll know every detail of my life. And I'll be like, well, how do you know that? And they're like, well, you posted on Facebook. So, it's a little awkward. Again, looking for that like button all times. So you got a lot of people now telling you what to do, what not to do during this virus. So, one of the things, and I don't like being told what to do. If you tell me not to do something, well, chances are it's going to be the thing I want to do the most. So, coronavirus rules and so forth. So they're saying don't touch your face. Okay, well, so that's the first thing I want to do. All of a sudden I have this strong desire to touch my face, oh my God, just don't do it. I don't know whether I need to tie my hands down or what, so don't touch your face. And now all of a sudden my face and my eyes are like a magnet to my hands. So, but I can tell you more about this. So, human nature, right? So, so one day, my son got this project from a Spanish class. He was supposed to make a Spanish dish or something, right? So, I get the ingredients. I'm going to make Mexican street corn. You can't make this stuff up. So, I wasn't much of a cook or domestic in the kitchen. So I buy all the ingredients and I consulted with a friend. She said, whatever you do not touch the jalapenos and then rub them in your eye. I'm like, okay, basically that advice is pretty easy to follow. What am I, an idiot? I'm sorry if you're an idiot. I don't mean to mock you. So, so we're making it. Of course, I just could have bought it at a Mexican, but no. I got to be like all the other moms. I got to be Uber mom. So we're making it invariably because I was told not to, or I wasn't thinking about it. I'm using the jalapenos and I rub my eyes. I'm telling you, it was 45 minutes of hell. I'm calling my friend. What do I do? She says, you have to use whole milk and put it in your eye. I don't know. And all I had was skim. And then she says okay, well, then it says, don't touch your eyes with water. I mean, it was a scene. I mean, my son never wants to cook anything with me again. And then I had another instance where, I'm blessed. I have a pool in my yard, which I absolutely love. I go in it every day that I possibly can, the whole summer, from the minute it opens to the end of the October. And anyway, so we needed some work done on it. So the guy comes out. We needed paving going around the side. So, okay. So he puts some concrete whatever stuff. And he says to me, listen, I got one thing and one thing only that you can't do. You can swim in the pool, you can hang out. You can't step on the concrete that I just put around the pool. I'm thinking, easy peasy, no problem, right? Well, invariably, don't you know that I was doing something like skimming, and before you know it, my flip-flop is on that concrete. I mean, I don't know if that's funny. Okay, so I also wanted to discuss opposites, marrying your opposite. So it seems to me that it's just something that we do. So my husband is always, shall we say, early or on time. So of course he marries me, and he ends up waiting in the car most of the time. Because for me to get out of the house, it's an ordeal. Like I must be OCD in addition to a bunch of other initials, BITCH. But anyway, so like, you know, what he doesn't understand pretty much, this is like woman Jewish comedy, but it's what's required for us. Like he gets up, he showers, he puts on a very similar outfit to the one he had the day before, and he's out of the house in 12 minutes. Women, we have to pick out the clothes we want to wear. The clothes have to match the jewelry. They have to match the pocketbook. We have to do our hair. We have to put makeup on. I mean, it's insane, the amount of things. So when I say I'm ready, that really means I got a half an hour more to go. So here we are. I'm taking him out for his birthday down the shore. You know, a really great restaurant, Chef Vola. We have reservations. But the reservations are for like 7. And it's getting close to like 5:30. And, you know, he's waiting out in the car. We're going to stay over down to the shore. And, you know, and I'm sure his, you know, he doesn't want to have to race down the expressway, AC expressway. So, you know, I finally come out, you know, he's all annoyed as, this happens every time. He's on time and I'm late. You would think he would expect it by now. So we're headed down the shore. We're on the AC expressway. And he says, you know, you have me so, like, fachaded, which is in Yiddish means just confused and disoriented. Like, oh, my God, that I think I forgot your suitcase. You know, you had your things in it to stay over the shore, overnight at the shore. And I'm like, you know, okay, no worries. And then, like, the place we're going to, the Chef Vola's BYOB. So then he says, and come to think of it, I'm not sure if I put the wine in the back of the car or not. Well, you never saw anyone jump into the back of his SUV so fast. Because we wouldn't have had time to stop for the wine, which people had suggested because we wanted to hold our reservations. Clothes, I can live without. Wine, I cannot. So also, you always, like I said, marry your opposite. So I'm going to talk about some opposites. And I'm going to talk about whether, what if fat was the new thin? Like, you know, the average size woman in this country is a size 12. So what if fat was actually praised and looked good and thin was considered ugly? Now, I've been trying to diet my entire life pretty much. And, you know, I see these women, man, and they look so thin, like almost emaciated, you know, and they're working out and they're eating right and they're ordering like strange things. And I think to myself that they have this look about them. And the look is like, feed me, I'm hungry. So I don't know. So like, would you rather, I posed this question to a really good friend of mine. Would you rather be, you know, let's say fat and rich? Now, fat, but you could never lose weight. I don't care what you did. You couldn't work out and lose the weight. You couldn't eat right. So you'd be fat and rich. So you'd have like everything you wanted in your life. Or you could be poor and thin. And I tell you how many women I've spoken to said they'd rather be poor and struggle to make a living and be thin. So I don't know. So, yeah. Let's see. I'll talk about a couple more opposites, and that'll be it for today, because I think I'm getting less and less funny as the time goes on. So I wanted to talk about a caretaker versus a non-caretaker. So there are people who live to take care of others, and it's fantastic, and you know, and they're just a great comfort in this world. But I'm not one of them. So yeah. So my husband had an operation of some sort. I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal. He had a couple hernias repaired. And, you know, he was down for the count So, you know, I didn't know really like how I was going to deal with this, but he kind of knew, and as I'm sure you might be able to tell, I'm not really one from the caretakers. Florence Nightingale, I am not. I more would be called Nurse Ratchet. So, yeah, you know, it's tough, and it's tough when you have a husband, you know, because like when they get a cold, you know, the world just shuts down, you know, and when women get a cold, I would crawl down the steps to do the laundry, and anything I could do to keep, you know, groceries in the house. But that's just the nature of how we do things. So, yeah, women, you know, and guys, you would think they had, you know, if it was childbirth, and guys had to do it, the human race would cease to exist. So anyway, I hope you're keeping your distance. I hope you're staying safe. And I'm looking forward to maybe coming back at you tomorrow. But I don't think this was as funny as the previous ones. Signing out.